When the Greatest Showman trailer came out, I was thinking about doing a trailer reaction for it, but I really wasn't interested and it wasn't appealing to me. But yesterday I did manage to see it, and let me just say, I was actually surprised with it. From the last time that I checked on Rotten Tomatoes, even though that's not really a reliable source for critic reviews, it does have a 50%. And I don't think this movie should have gotten it on 50%. And one of the reasons being for this is because of the stellar cast. Mainly one person, and without this person in this film, it would have been as good as it was.
And his name is John Cena!
Nani? He has to accompany me with this outdated meme? How dishonorable. Some of you guys are probably thinking, Mr. Splinter, why would you do this? I thought you weren't going to be a sellout. Well, it's kind of hard to be a sellout if you've never sold in. In all seriousness, if you haven't guessed what I'm going to review, actually, it's Ferdinand. Why? Because it came out the same week as Star Wars The Last Jedi. And I don't think it got as much credit as it deserved. And of course, I would have did the review last week, but I had exams, so I was occupied. And I saw Ferdinand besides Star Wars The Last Jedi, so I think it's my duty to review this film. And Ferdinand, a boy named Ferdinand, voiced by
John Cena,
lives in a peaceful ranch where he is obsessed with flowers. Every time when he sees one, he just sniffs it up. It could be like a little flick, if you know what I mean. However, his peaceful life is suddenly taken away from him when he is captured and taken back to a bull ranch that he grew up in when he was younger at the beginning of the movie. And he has to choose between staying with his principles as a pacifist bull, or go to the stereotype of a bull and be the raging monster that everyone wants him to be. So first, let's talk about how this movie looks. I can tell that there has been a lot of effort put into this film, because if you see all the bulls in there, their skin and tone is sleek in style, and all the people in this movie, it's not like they use the same model for every character. Every character is different, and you can see that because this movie had a budget of $110 million, so that's a whopping total to put a lot into this animation. One thing that I have to say, I wouldn't say it's a negative, but I noticed that the people's fingers and hands are kind of like the same in Cloud the Chance Meatballs, all fake and weird, but it's not really negative. I just want to point that out. Plot-wise, this is where this movie falls drastically. They have such a unique aspect, a pacifist bull who's obsessed with flowers, but yet they decide to go on the cliche route of, oh, I don't fit in society, so I'm just gonna run away from society until the end, until everyone realizes that, hey, you can be what you want, be whatever you want, along with the dance sequences and quirky jokes and just whatever. However, there's this one line in the film that Ferdinand says that really stuck in my mind, and it went around the lines of, why does me not wanting to fight make me scared? And considering the demographic that this film is aiming towards, which is younger children, I think that's a huge lesson that can be learned. And speaking of young demographic, that's one of the things that I couldn't get through with this film. And no, I'm not talking about the film itself, I'm talking about the people in the theater. There's just one kid that kept on running back and forth behind me, and I'm just like, ma'am, can you please get your child away from me, because I'm about to burst. He was screaming, crying. I'm like, do you not know what theater etiquette is? You don't just let your children run around in the theater. I don't care if there was only 5 people, one old couple. I still want to watch the movie. I paid money to see this movie rather than Star Wars The Last Jedi. So I want to get the most treatment that I can get from this. But you know what? Sidetrack, back. We're going back. One thing that I give a big thumbs up to for the plot was that there wasn't a clear distinction of a villain. Sure, you could say that the bull ranch owner was El Primero, or even that meme bull that I don't know the name of, but they were just doing their jobs that was built in this society. But it was Ferdinand's rebellion from the society that characterized them as villains. And I found that kind of interesting for Ferdinand and being put in a movie like this. Now, we can't talk about Ferdinand without talking about Ferdinand himself, played by John Cena. John Cena actually did a good job playing this character, and when I heard him on screen, it wasn't like I was hearing John Cena, I was hearing Ferdinand the character. His timing for comedic effects was pretty spot on, except some parts left the audience feel dead silent and awkward, but other than that, he did a good job. Now it's time to talk about the comedic woman of the century, Kate McKinnon. No. No, 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 no. 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 It seems like every passing movie I get more tired of her performance. I don't see anything unique about it. And if you don't know, she plays that little goat named, I think, Loop. Loop, and she's supposed to train Ferdinand for the big bullfight at the end, so she's basically the comedic effect side character. Wow, this movie would have been as good without her. Like, she made this whole film all by herself. Everyone's just a goat. I'll go see that. Let's go see it. Loop 2019, premiere in theaters everywhere. And besides these two characters, everyone else was non-existent. They played their cliche roles, and they didn't really have a unique part in this film. And I found out that Anthony Anderson and Peyton Manning played in this film, and I found that kind of a surprise. But what can you say about Ferdinand when you have John Cena in it as its main character? So Ferdinand, was it the hidden gem under Star Wars The Last Jedi? Would I recommend this film? Honestly, I'm just gonna let you guys go out and watch it if you guys want. There's some negatives for this movie and there's some positives. And I enjoyed myself with this film. And after thinking about this movie in my mind, I can see why this movie wasn't as talked about as Star Wars The Last Jedi. Not considering that it was a part of an established franchise, that it has a huge following. No. I'm gonna sum this up by saying what my friend said. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't excellent. So it was just in the middle. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Your contributions to the channel is really appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next vid.